Hi everyone, this video has been created for the Network Science Conference 2018, NetSci, which is happening in Paris in June 2018. Is the enemy of my enemy or my friend? This is balance theory. So here each of the circles is a person and lines represent positive relationships and dashed lines represent negative relationships. And under balance theory, these two types of relationship triad are balanced. So here, everybody likes each other, they all get on, and there's no problems. Here, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So this person doesn't get on with this person doesn't get on with this person, but because they hate this person, they get on just fine. Then here, this person likes these two, but they don't like each other. So this person has got a problem. He either has to dump one of these two as a friend or convince them to get on with each other. And here, everybody doesn't get on, and that's not good for anybody. Now, outside of the Blade trilogy, there doesn't seem to be much support for balance theory. In fact, one sociologist famously assessed the evidence and concluded there isn't any. And so status theory was developed, and this is status theory. So this is status theory. It's more complicated because the relationships are now directional. So if we take this relationship here as an example, the relationship is uneven. B thinks highly of A, but A does not think highly of B. And to see the prediction that status theory makes between three people, find the relationship between A and B, between two of them, and between B and C, two of the others. And then the predicted relationship is the relationship between A and C. And if, for instance, we find these two relationships, the prediction is here. If we have that, then the relationship is stable. If we don't have that, then something is going to flip. And a positive relationship will become a negative relationship, or vice versa. Now, there isn't much evidence supporting status theory yet either, but that doesn't mean that we can't examine the implications of it. And we can examine the implications of status theory and balance theory and compare the two. What different predictions do these two theories make? Imagine a group of friends, and the friends all like each other, and a newcomer joins. Now, if there were 4 friends initially in the group, the newcomer might like the first friend, the second friend, and the third friend, but not get on so well with the fourth friend. Or they might like the first 2 friends and not get on so well with the second 2. We can examine all possible combinations of relationship types between the newcomer and the existing friends, and use balance theory to predict what might happen, and then use status theory to predict what might happen. So how would we do that? We would take each relationship triad one at a time, so a relationship between 3 people, and we would randomly choose 2 of the relationships in that relationship triad to see whether or not the third relationship is likely to hold or if it's likely to change under balance theory and under status theory. And if it's likely to change, we'll change it and then take another relationship triad. Now, to see how a newcomer might cause a split, here we have a newcomer, here's an existing relationship. The newcomer likes this person but doesn't like this person, which gives this person a problem, because now he has got 2 friends that don't like each other. He has to either ditch this person as a friend or convince these 2 to start to like each other. And if he ditches this person as a friend, then this relationship becomes negative, which has a knock-on on the relationship between another member of the clique. And here it is. What might happen is eventually the clique might split. So we've got to split into 2 groups. And we'll do that over and over and over again. So if we assume that the friends meet once a day, we could predict what might happen after 1 month. So we do this 30 times with one combination. And then we'll take the next combination and see what happens. And then the next combination and see what happens. So to see how many relationships we might be examining here, let's say there are 100 relationships among the friends, and we are examining those 30 times, because each day all the friends meet and interact. So that's 100 times 30, and we do each combination 1,000 times. So 1,000 times 100 times 30, there's a lot of computation to do here, which is why we're going to do it inside a computer, and we're going to do it using an agent-based model. And we looked at group sizes, existing groups of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So a newcomer joining a group of 3, a group of 4, a group of 5. And we're going to get hundreds of thousands of outcomes here. And what we'll do is we'll run down the list of outcomes and see which outcomes are more likely, more probable than others. And it turns out that under both status theory and balance theory, an odd-sized clique of friends, so that's the existing group, so if it's 3 or 5 or 7, it's more likely to split than an even-sized group. Larger groups are also more likely to split under both theories. Now, I imagine that if we went beyond an existing clique of 8, if we looked at cliques of 15, for instance, I don't imagine that result would hold. But from 3 to 8, larger groups are more stable than smaller groups. And lastly, we found that a split is more likely under balance theory than under status theory.